Look at you. You're a man.
Almost.
White people just easily have more resources than black people.
Why?
Because they are taken as the better race.
White people just have a lot more opportunities.
What did that just mean?
Call you an African booty scratcher. They're gonna say your hair looks like a dog's hair. They're gonna say that you're unique because you look different. But if I'm white, I'm gonna do whatever I want because I'm not gonna have the same consequences, and I'm most likely gonna get out of whatever I do.
What do you have to say to the people that say more black people get arrested because they commit majority of the crimes?
White people are the ones that kill majority of the people, that fight for the guns and fight for the wrong laws.
The truth is, if you tell someone they're a victim, they'll spend their whole lives looking for the oppressor. And for a lot of these people, I just feel sorry for them. They got to live life like that. People really need to wake up and cut the BS and just realise that you get what you work hard for. This next clip really summarises how they view other people living their life.
Yeah, on the federal level, there's lots of bills that would enshrine trans women as biological real women under the law. Would you support something like that? I know, like, the Equality Act is one of those things.
I mean, why wouldn't I support that? Like, I think trans kids need to be able to participate, right? I mean, sports is such a critical piece of life.
I'm speechless, so I don't know what to say.
Just think of those female athletes that have trained their whole life. They've dedicated their entire life to a sport. And they get some loser come in and just smokes them because he's a male. This world is getting crazier by the day.
I just like terrible at this, man. I just like these questions are horrendous.
All right. You're the interviewer. Ask him a question.
No, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Sure.
Okay. Fuck!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I had a neighbor confront me for using the women's restroom. I lived here for 4.5 years. Everyone should know that I'm a trans woman. I've always been known as Kaylee. I've always used she, her pronoun. I've been having some stomach issues because of Trulicity, and I'd use the bathroom real quick, and they're single-use bathrooms, and it's the only place that I feel safe using the women's bathroom. Well, I got done and got out, and this neighbor was talking to another neighbor and started pointing out the sign. I knew exactly what she was talking about because it's a big old woman sign. And I'm like, is there a problem? She's like, yeah, you're using the woman's restroom. You're a man. And I said, I'm a trans woman. And she's like, no, you're a man. And she kept saying that over and over. And she kept saying, you're not a she, you're a he. You should be using, you're born a man. And just over and over. And honestly, I just lost it. And just started screaming and swearing. I just couldn't handle it. This is my home. This is my safe place. I should be able to use the restroom.
Everything about this guy just looks like a man. So I don't know who he's fooling with that. And he said that he feels unsafe in a single-use bathroom. But what about the women that got to go in there? Do we not think of them anymore?
Do you think the gender wage gap is real?
I do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I do.
Why do you think that?
I believe it because I've seen research in classes that I've actually taken here.
How do you stop the gender wage gap?
That's a great question. I think we have to take a look at our government and our understanding of capitalism and consumerism and kind of start working there and work backwards.
What did that just mean?
If you had like a business, you know what I mean, and they could pay women 77 cents for every dollar that a man would make, that would be like capitalism. So they would hire all women.
I suppose in a sense I'm following what you're saying, but
I think they probably couldn't do that because then they would be accused of being sexist against men.
I can't believe in 2024 we're still talking about this myth. And if that statement was true, business owners would just hire women and pay them less. You could ask these same people, why don't you apply to go and work in the sewers? And they'll say, I don't want to be crawling around in crap and doing that job. I want a cushy job. That's what they'll say. But they'll happily let the men carry on and do that hard work.
How can you come here and tell me there's no such thing as white privilege and no such thing as racism?
Easily. There's no such thing as white privilege or racism. So there's racism, but it's not institutional.
You know what SB 1070 is?
Tell me what it is.
It's basically a law for an officer to pull me over and ask for my papers.
Okay, well, I think people should be asked for their papers regardless of the skin.
Okay, so there we go. Here's white privilege. Who are they going to ask for the papers? Me or you?
I get asked for papers all the time.
No,
when
you
I get
don't.
Hold on a second. First of all, I get asked for my driver's license all the time when I get pulled over. In fact, every time I get pulled over, I get asked for my driver's license. Do you really think you're being pulled over just because of the color of your skin?
Dude, it's happened many times.
Hey, guess what? I get pulled over too.
You're never going to know it because you don't look like me, man.
Wait, hold
You're
on.
never going to have to know my struggle.
I'm just going to give you a piece of advice. Honestly, you complimented me and Candace Owens. You're looking at the world as a victim. And the evil white man that's trying to crush you, it's a lie. It's a lie that is designed to keep you down. It's a lie that is designed to try and disempower you. And white people get pulled over all the time to be asked for their papers. And if a non-citizen does not have their papers, they should be deported from this country if they do not have their papers.
This is just another example of facts over feelings. And when that guy was getting spoken to, he just left the chat, man. Every time I've been pulled over, I've been asked my driving license, proof of insurance, vehicle registration, everything. Because I have an identical twin brother, I get pulled over all the time. I don't think that the police are out to get me. I just think that they're being careful and doing their job. So in this next clip, these protesters vandalized this whole wall. They put a bunch of graffiti on it and all sorts. And the company who owns that wall, they pretty much asked these painters to spray over it. And if anyone gets in the way, you spray them too.
Peacefully standing in front of a wall that we are allowed to express ourselves on.
Oh, they're gonna love this. Thank you.
Taylor's giving me a new hoodie.
You dummies. No, not the Eunice.
Not the Eunice.
Oh, yeah, y'all. It's all good, y'all.
Intimidated by a crime.
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
Are trans women women?
Yes,
Why are they women?
because they want to be. I think that people can do whatever they want to be. People can be whatever they want to be.
Does that make it true though?
I think in the terms of being trans, yes, it does.
If trans women are women, then what is a woman?
I think a woman is someone who feels like a woman.
What does a woman feel like?
Well, I don't think you would know. I know
you
that
know
I
what?
feel like a woman.
Because you are a woman.
Yes, exactly. You wouldn't know what it feels like to be a woman.
But how would a trans woman know what it feels like to be a woman?
Because they wouldn't feel like you, they would feel like me. You can't understand the difference unless you
But
are.
how would a biological man that identifies as a woman know that they are a woman?
Because they would feel like a woman.
What does feeling like a woman feel like?
They would feel like they're in the wrong body. They wouldn't feel like they wouldn't feel correct in who they are.
But if they feel like they're in the wrong body, does that mean that they are a woman?
This video confused the hell out of me. So she's saying a woman is how they feel, but a man can't be a woman because he's a man, but a man can be a woman depending on how they feel. I'm confused by all this, honestly. I don't think she really knows what she's talking about, truthfully.
You guys like to bring up high school level biology classes a lot. I get that a lot. But people who go on to more complicated biology classes will talk about sex as a spectrum.
It's not. It's not.
Well, biological researchers would disagree with you.
Well, then they're full of shit, the ones that would say that. There are...
All right.
I just have one quick... Can you come back for 1 second? Because this is an important question. You said you're an EMT.
Yes.
Okay, if you're responding to a health emergency. Biological male. Somebody with a penis is having a medical emergency. And they say to you, I think I'm having a miscarriage. Would you check them to see if they're having a miscarriage? Would you consider that a possibility for them?
No, but...
Got him. That silence at the end there really says it all, doesn't it? And you can tell deep down He really wanted to say yes, but he had to say no, didn't he? Matt Walsh, this is easy money for him. He's way too smart for these people. He's just laying down common sense and walking away with the bag. Fair play to him.